So we want to welcome you to Brantley County High School Freshman Registration 2020. We first just want to say that we're sorry from those of us at BCHS. We're sorry that we weren't able to proceed with the freshman orientation as planned. That was a face-to-face meeting. However, we do look forward to being able to possibly reschedule a face-to-face freshman orientation closer to the start of school. At this point, however, we need to go ahead and get your student registered for the upcoming school year. We're excited about our upcoming freshmen, and we want to just give you some knowledge and some advice on what types of courses we offer and how we're going to go about the registration process. So this is our agenda. We're going to talk about graduation requirements, plan of study, academic courses, pathway options, important considerations, and plans for registration. Graduation requirements for your student. They have to have a total of 27 units in order to graduate. Now, you'll have an opportunity at 32 classes, so that doesn't leave a lot of wiggle room. 16 of the 27 units are required core credits. That means there are specific courses that they have to take, 4 in each content area: English, math, science, and social studies. Then that leaves 11 elective credits that they'll also have to attain. Okay, so the first thing we need to do with our upcoming freshmen is we need to make a plan. And our plans don't all look the same. Hopefully, they are different. Hopefully, we're going to have a variety of students coming up to us. So, while we do no longer offer different diplomas, and when I say that I mean we no longer offer a college prep diploma and a career tech diploma. We only offer one diploma. However, the transcript that diploma reflects is certainly different for each student. And driving that transcript is the student's plan of study. So as students come to us, the first thing we have them do is just to select a plan of study. The 3 plans of study are career or technical college preparation, or research university preparation. So if your student is planning to go to Coastal Pines Technical College, go straight into the military or the workforce, then they'll select the career or technical college prep plan of study. If your student is planning to go to a 4-year institution such as South Georgia State College, Valdosta, College of Coastal Georgia, Georgia Southern, all of those colleges would require the college preparation plan of study. However, if your student is interested in possibly attending a research university such as the University of Georgia or Georgia Tech, then they're going to have a unique plan of study, and that one is called the Research University Prep Plan of Study. And with this plan of study, we encourage our students to take as much rigor as possible, because they're looking at your transcript not only to see how high your GPA is, but they're also wanting to see that you have taken challenging courses to get into these competitive admissions type schools. So you know kind of what your plans are. I know that you're young to be thinking ahead like that, but hopefully you have some idea, even if you're not certain of the exact career. Hopefully you have an idea of the direction that you would like to go. Okay, so academic course offerings for your upcoming 9th grader. So your course offerings for upcoming freshmen in English Language Arts are Lit Comp, and then there are some varied sections, Lit Comp with support and Lit Comp honors. For math, there's Algebra 1, and then we would have Math 9, which is more of a support type math, and then Algebra 1 honors. For science, they would choose environmental science or physical science honors. In social studies, very straightforward, they would either choose government or honors government. Just to clarify, whenever you select a class, that is you giving us your input, student and parent. We're also going to take the input of current teachers and also we're going to look at the most recent data that we have concerning your student, and we will try to find the best fit for your student. Of course, we're going to take into account the plan of study, because that certainly impacts placement of where we're going to put a student. Okay. Just going to let you know of some future academic opportunities that they may not be out there for next year, but we want you to have them in mind because it could impact your preparation. Franklin County High School offers several advanced placement courses. The 4 that we currently offer are AP Biology, AP Language, AP Psychology, and AP World History. These begin the 10th grade year and carry through the 11th grade year, and students elect to take them. You certainly don't have to take them, but if you elect to take them and you do well, there's an assessment at the end, and if you do well enough on the assessment, you earn college credit for these classes. We encourage our students to try and take as many AP courses as they can, especially if they are on that plan of study where they're trying to gain admissions into a research university. Another opportunity that we have for our students here at BCHS are our dual enrollment course offerings. We've been able to partner with Coastal Pines Technical College, and we are able to offer several degree level courses that are guaranteed to transfer to any public college in the state of Georgia. Those are listed there. You can see those. But we also have a couple of technical certificate programs that we're able to offer as well. Our CNA program has been around for several years now, and it's been very successful. And we're looking in the coming year to add a welding program where students will be able to attain a couple of different types of certificates. Okay, so when your freshman comes to the high school, we want them not only to select a plan of study and to select the best academic opportunities, but also we want them to consider their pathway options. We encourage every student to select a pathway. And these are our current pathway offerings at BCHS. We have advanced academic pathways, a number of CTAE pathways, fine arts, and world language. In order to earn an advanced academic pathway, there are a couple of different ways that can happen. So your student can choose to take at least 3 advanced placement courses. Those are AP courses, and that'll get them an advanced academic pathway. Also, in any core content, if they are willing to take 1 AP class or 1 dual enrollment class, they can gain an academic distinction in that core content. So we feel like there are opportunities for all types of students to be able to gain those advanced academic pathways. Moving on to the CTAE pathways, we have a number, and they are to suit the diverse interests and needs of our students. And there will be some more discussion about those as we move on, some more detailed discussion about those a little later. But in addition, we also have our fine arts pathways in journalism, music, and visual arts. And then there's also a world language pathway. So those of you who are college prep or research university prep could add on the 3rd Spanish and get the world language pathway. These pathways result in your students being able to be courted on their honors night, their senior year, to be courted and be able to walk across the stage with those additional cords around their neck. Okay, so the high school transcript and Hope Scholarship. Okay, in the state of Georgia, your student is eligible for the Hope Scholarship if he or she meets some certain criteria. Now, Hope Scholarship pays for approximately 90% of tuition in the state of Georgia. So in order to earn this scholarship, you must maintain a 3.0 academic GPA and have at least 4 rigorous courses on your transcript. Now, if you follow the suggested sequence, for college prep or research university prep, there are at least 4 academic rigor courses embedded in that sequence. These 4 are Algebra 2, Chemistry, Pre-Calculus, and Spanish 2. So if you take the recommended coursework, you will get the 4 rigor courses. In addition to those 4, there are some other courses that we offer here at BCHS that can count toward rigor. These are Anatomy, AP Psychology, Physics, Spanish 3, all our AP courses in core subjects, and all dual enrollment courses in core subjects. So you have many opportunities to gain these rigor courses. I would just caution against, getting to that senior year and getting a little bit of senioritis and not wanting to follow through, for example, with a chemistry course or a Spanish 2, and then that coming back to haunt you when you're not eligible for your Hope Scholarship. This is a substantial amount of money and help to our kids. And, we have students who compete for all types of scholarships, whether it be athletic or community scholarships. But and we have many kids that are competitive. But this is something that a very large portion of our student body can attain. We just have to make sure that we're keeping that GPA up for our academic courses, and we get these rigor courses into our transcript. Okay. There's another step to the Hope Scholarship, and it's a special scholarship called Zell Miller. And Zell Miller will pay 100% of tuition in Georgia, but you have to meet all the same criteria that you have to meet for a regular Hope. And then in addition to that, you have to maintain a 3.7 academic GPA with the four rigor courses included. And then you have to post a score of at least 1,200 on the SAT or a 26 on the ACT. Now this has to be done in one sitting. You can't combine the different portions of the test from different sittings. So this has to be done on one day. And for the SAT, it only includes the verbal and math. So sometimes kids will add in the writing portion. It doesn't include the writing portion. So this score, they have to make a 1,200, verbal and math only. And we have a number of kids that are able to do this, and it's helpful to them and their parents when they have 100% of their tuition paid for. Okay, so this is a lot of information. And there's even some information that maybe you weren't given about your sophomore year, your junior year, your senior year, and how that's going to look. We have a couple of documents that are very carefully prepared to contain just a ton of information that will help you not only this year, but in the years to come. These are the documents that I'm speaking of. They are just guidance documents for you and for us. We will attach these to an email that will be sent out to your student email account. So you can print these and have them, or you can just access them electronically. But it gives you a great visual of what all is required at BCHS and in order to be productive and to follow your plan of study. Okay, so now we're getting to the part that you're probably really interested in, and it's our plans for registration. Now, our plans for registration this year have been very carefully designed. This is our first time doing this from a distance with our students. However, we're optimistic that you guys are going to be able to roll through this. We're going to be here to help you and to guide you. Your teachers are going to be there to help you and to guide you. So we do not want you to be nervous about this process. We know that you can do this. It may take us a little time and a little hard work, but we're going to make it happen. So these are our steps. On Monday, you will be sent an email, and this email is going to contain a form. It's called the Freshman Registration Form. On this form, you're going to have to select your plan of study that we talked about previously. You're going to select your academic courses, and you're going to select your elective courses. Now, keep in mind that at this time you're making requests. You're telling us what you want. And this is concerning academics as well as electives. So you're telling us what you want. We are also getting input from your teachers. They're giving us recommendations. And then we're also going to look at previous course history and data that is available to us whenever those final decisions are made as far as placement and which courses or types of courses that you will be placed in. Okay, in a couple of minutes, we're going to actually go through the form together. But first, I wanted to share with you these contacts. Just want you to know that we are here to help you. Your teachers, I don't have the contacts for every teacher, but I know that you do. There's already that line of communication there already with them. But then I also included a contact there for Miss Lori McNee. She's our senior counselor. Miss Kathy Chesser is our underclassmen counselor. Specifically, she'll be your counselor next year. And then my own email address, Caroline Gill. So we want you to just reach out to us with any questions you may have. And in just a moment, we're going to look specifically at that form that you'll be completing. Here is the actual form that you will see Monday in your email. Okay, to get started with this, you'll just click on the form and you'll fill in your first name. Your middle name is actually optional. However, if you know that there is a student in your grade that has your same name, that would certainly be helpful to us if you add your middle name. Some students don't have middle names, though. And then your last name. Okay, and then finally, we want to know who your homeroom teacher is. So please select your homeroom teacher. And now we get to the plan of study section. So each of you will select your plan of study, and that tells us what your goals are. And it helps us to be able to make better decisions as we move forward as well, and to be able to guide you as the years go on. Okay, so you'll select one of those. And then that leads us to the academic portion. If you'll notice, only the English and math courses offer sections with extra support, and this is because there's funding in those areas of English and math for extra support classes. So you're going to make your selection there, whether it be regular, honors, or with support for English and math. Make one selection. And then you'll do the same for science. So you'll either choose environmental science or you'll choose physical science, which is honors. And finally, you'll choose your social studies course, which will either be regular government or honors government. Okay, here's where it can get a little tricky, but all students each year get to choose 4 electives. So basically you have 4 core classes and you have 4 electives. Freshmen actually have 1 required elective that we will automatically sign you up for. That's personal health and fitness. So that takes 1 of your electives. So now that leaves you 3. So we need you to select 3 elective classes. Now I'm going to talk a little bit about each of these to give you an idea about what types of classes these are. Okay, so first we have visual art. And then we have band concert and band percussion. I'm certain that if you're in the band, you know which one of those that you would choose. I will tell you that typically our band director likes for you to take both semesters. So if you select those, one of those, then that will actually count as 2 of your offerings. And then we offer chorus, PE. Now don't think that you have to select this PE to count as your personal health and fitness. Remember, we're putting you in that, okay? So the only reason you would select this additional PE is if you would like to have personal fitness and health one semester and PE in the other semester. Okay, next is weight training. We have two different types of weight training. So we have team sports and we have body sculpting. So team sports, those sections are designed for students who actually play a high school sport. So if you know that you're going to play a sport next year, you're going to need to select that, as that's required for all athletes. You have to take weight training. And a caveat to that is, just as with band, that will be 2 semesters. So that counts as 2 classes. If you're not necessarily a school athlete, but you're just a student and the kind of person that likes to work out, then body sculpting is the class that you would want to sign up for. And you do not have to take that all year. So you can take that for 1 semester. Okay, then we have our AGs. We have basic ag. And then we also, for freshmen, offer animal science, forestry, and horticulture. Now, if you sign up for ag, and you only intend on selecting one ag course, then you need to sign up for basic ag, because that's the starter course. If you would like to take an additional ag class, then you can sign up for basic ag and then add on animal science, forestry, or horticulture. Okay? Another option for you is audio, video, and film. And these are our guys that you see at sporting events and different types of activities, concerts, meetings. And they are filming and doing video for our school and having a blast. And so if you are interested in doing that type of work and in being involved in that kind of class, then that's the class that's the course you would sign up for. The next one is transportation, basic maintenance, and light repair. This is auto shop. That's the first of our auto classes. Then we have Intro to Business and Technology. Now, Intro to Business is the starter class for a pathway called entrepreneurship. But there's something a little bit significant about business and technology. If you intend on, at some point, participating in work-based learning. Now, that's only offered to our 11th and 12th graders. But if, when you're an 11th and 12th grader, if you would like to be able to work, and it count as 1 or 2 of your classes, then we do recommend that you try to take this course at some point in your high school career. It's going to open up your options for employment. So when a person signs up for work-based learning, they typically have to get a job in the field of their selected pathway or coursework. So if you take this CTAE course, then it opens up many opportunities for employment. So, for example, let's say that that your pathway is healthcare, and that's the only CTAE pathway you have. So if you want to be in work-based learning as an 11th or 12th grader, you would have to have a job in healthcare in order to do that. But if you take just this one course, you would not have to complete the pathway. If you take Intro to Business and Technology, it would open it up to any type of job, a grocery store job. You could work in an auto shop. So it opens up a lot of opportunities for those of you who want to work in the future while you're still in high school. So the next one is another great opportunity for students. It's culinary arts. And we actually have a nice lab that our kids get to go in and cook and prepare different types of meals. Then we have Intro to Digital Technology, and this is the starter course for a pathway that is called Game Design. So that's the starter course for that. Then we have Early Childhood. Now, this one is not to be confused with the next one, Examine the Teaching Profession. Early childhood is different in that it caters more to a student who's interested in providing daycare with small children. It's the class that kids take when they bring the baby home for the weekend. like the little baby doll, but it's quite a learning experience for them. The Examine the Teaching Profession course is the course that you would want to take if you're interested in being a teacher one day, whether it be in an early childhood, like primary or elementary setting, or in a middle school or high school setting. All right, the next one is Foundations of Engineering for any of you future engineers out there. And then another very popular course is Intro to Healthcare. And then we have Air Force JROTC. Now, for those kids that complete 3 courses in JROTC, if they enlist in the military, they go in at a higher pay rate than those who don't complete classes in high school. So I really, really suggest to any of you who have future aspirations of going into the military, I really suggest that you knock out those 3 classes. 3 high school classes can get you a significant pay increase just as you go into the military. So that's kind of a big deal. We try to encourage all of our future military men and women to make sure that they get at least 3 JROTC classes. And we have some incredible people working there that we're really excited about, and so I think that you would enjoy that as well. Finally, we also have journalism, which is the yearbook class. So it's the class that you would take if you're interested in helping to prepare the yearbook. Okay, so we want you to, as you're selecting your electives, to carefully read through the whole list, and you're going to select 3. Now, there were a couple of those that I mentioned are going to count for 2, and if you accidentally select 3, we can make those corrections on our end, so don't get overly concerned about that. But you should, the general student is going to select 3 right there. Okay, this last section, many of you will leave blank. It only applies to our student athletes. It only applies to students who are planning to play a sport next year. So if you signed up for weight training team sports, then you also need to select which sports you are planning to play next year. In some cases, there are special sections that you will be placed in, depending on the sport that you sign up for. And then you're simply going to submit this form, and that's all there is to it. And if you have any questions, you know that we're here for you. We're going to walk you through it. If we need to pull it up and help you do it ourselves, we will. So please reach out, and also don't forget those contacts that I gave you earlier. One more thing that I want to make sure that you're aware of. Okay, these 2 documents, these are the 2 documents that were referenced in the slideshow earlier. And this one. They're going to be emailed out to you as a guide. And finally, also, this document is going to be emailed out to you as well. And this one just shows the CTAE pathways, and it shows you the order of the courses. And we just thought that it might be helpful for you to have that as well. Please don't hesitate to reach out. We're excited to have you next year, and we appreciate your time and attention to 2020 registration.